This is Straight Up Mortgage with Madi, and today we are talking about Section 5 of the Uniform Residential Loan Application. Section 5, as a new processor, I was extremely overwhelmed and intimidated, is actually the right word, with Section 5 because you have the income and you have this combined housing expense, and it's like, what the hell does any of this even mean, right? So for this video, what I'm going to do is focus on the income side, and then I'll do the combined monthly housing separate. All right. So we're going to focus on a person that is a W-2 employee. Because as a processor, you'll have people that are paid, by W-2 by an employer, or you also have the self-employed borrowers as well. With the self-employed borrowers, as far as calculating income is concerned, it can get a little tricky. However, there's a lot of forms and resources and calculators in reference to that. And at a later date, I will do a video on calculating self-employed income. However, for today, we're going to focus on W-2 employees. Now, a W-2 employee is either paid weekly, bi-weekly, bi-monthly, or monthly. And as you see, there's breakdowns here: base income, overtime income, bonus, commissions, dividends and interest, net rental income, and other. In order for us to be able to use overtime, bonus, and commission, we have to have 2 years history of overtime, bonus, and commission. And not only do we have to have 2 years history, it has to either be the same or increasing, if that makes sense. So like, let's say 2018, you made $5,000 in bonus, and 2019 you made $2,000 in bonus. It's like, that's decreasing income, and that's a red flag. Most likely underwriting will not like it, and we will not be able to use the bonus income in that scenario. However, if the same person made $5,000 in 2018 as far as overtime or bonus or commission, and then in 2019 they made $7,000. Oh man, we love to see that, right? Because we have the 2 years history and it is increasing. So that shows stability, that shows promise, that helps the lender know, like, okay, this person, I think they may be able to pay the mortgage each month, right? So again, base employment income. When you are dealing with the mortgage process, we do everything on a monthly cycle. So when we are calculating the income, we want to know how much the borrower gets paid monthly, gross monthly. So let's say, I'm just going to pull up this. So let's say we know that bi-weekly the borrower gets paid $2,000. So we look at the pay stubs, we look and we see the gross amount, it says $2,000, right? How do you calculate the monthly income for somebody that gets paid bi-weekly $2,000? Well, when you get paid bi-weekly, that means that there is 26 payments in a year. So that $2,000, I'm going to multiply it by 26. This is how much my borrower gets paid a year. But we're not looking for the yearly figure, right? We're looking for the monthly. So after that, I'm going to divide that by 12. And this is what I would be using in my base income if I had a borrower that was paid bi-weekly. Now, if I had a borrower that was paid bi-monthly means that they're paid twice a month. Instead of getting paid every other week, they get paid on the 15th or the 30th or the 15th and the 1st. It's twice a month. And simple math, right? Because if you get paid twice a month, there's 12 months in a year. That's 24 payments. Unlike the bi-weekly, that's 26. So we'll use the same figure. Let's say if my borrower gets paid $2,000 bi-monthly. So we don't have to do times 24 payments. They get paid twice a month, so it's easy. You just multiply it by 2. So they get paid $4,000 a month, right? If a person gets paid weekly, let's say they get paid $2,000 every week. I would multiply that by 52 weeks, because 52 weeks in a year. Paula, divide that by 12, and then this is what they get paid per month if they got paid $2,000 a week. So these are just simple income calculations for W-2 employees that get paid, whether it is weekly, bi-weekly, bi-monthly. Of course, there's some employers that pay monthly, and then of course that's easy because whatever the gross pay is showing on the pay stub, that's going to be the figure that you take. Let's say we looked at a pay stub and it shows overtime. For me, if my borrower qualifies without overtime, bonus, commission, like I try to make it as simple as possible for myself, for my borrower, for my underwriter. So if they already qualify for the loan without the extra income, then I'm just going to do straight base. However, if I notice like my DTI is 60, I'm like, ooh, this isn't good. I need to get this down to at least like 45. I need more income. So then that's when I start looking and I'm like, okay, so here's some overtime. And I would actually have to obtain a verification of employment. I know I had this video that I talked about order routes and the verification of employment. Now, in this instance, this is when we'll need it. If we have to use overtime, bonus, or commissions off the bat, we already know that we need a written verification of employment from my borrower's employer, giving me a breakdown of how my borrower is paid, showing me his history or her history for the last 2 years, year to date, so the current year as well as 2019 and 2018. I'm gonna go deeper into that in the verification of employment video, so you can look out for that. However, we need 2 years of that, and then what happens is we'll average out the 2 years, and that's what we will use for the overtime income. So we talked about the base income, overtime, bonus, commission. You get the aspect of that, dividends and interest. So some of our more wealthy borrowers, they do use dividends and interest as income. It's not something that I've seen so much, but it is out there and I have had to use that. But again, this is something else that is more of a one-off type thing. So I will handle that and make a video on that separately. And here you see net rental income. So that's for my borrowers that are property owners, as far as investment property owners, and they are leasing property and receiving income through their investment property. There is a calculator for that, and I will also have a video for that. But I just want you to understand all of these different fields. You see this is other, and when you come just down here, this is for other income. And other income, like it could be alimony. I've seen that a lot. I've seen child support. I've seen Social Security income, like somebody's receiving Social Security, or retirement, pension. All of those things are normally listed down here under monthly amount, because it's not really like base employment income, right? these people are retired or they're receiving child support, alimony, etc. So yeah, that's listed down here. In this section right here, you'll see it'll say alimony, and however much that is monthly will go here. Well, this is section 5, the income section of the 1003 Uniform Residential Loan Application. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you on the next.